How to be more confident in sales? Like, seriously, if I had a quid for every time somebody asked me that question, my jar would be full. So look, confidence is king in sales, because not only are we looking for clarity, but your clients won't buy anything off you or your team if they sense a lack of clarity or a lack of confidence. So here's a few things that I think you've got to do. There's 3 key areas actually. The first thing I want you to think about is define confidence. Like, how would you know that you've achieved it? How will you know that you're operating in what I call a 10 out of 10 energy when you enter into a sales conversation or a negotiation, or somebody's ringing up to buy something, whatever it might be? Confidence, if you look at the definition, summary, means having the faith or belief in somebody or something that you can rely upon. Think about that. So if you're going to rely on somebody or something, the first thing you've got to do is rely on yourself. And what I mean by that is give yourself the best skills so that you've got everything you could possibly need to actually enter into sales conversations every day, all day, every day, feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling nice and natural. So that's the first bit. And also the other bit around that is to make sure you've got all of the tools that support that. So things that are writing, have links ready, have access to websites, brochures, anything you can have. And if you're just starting out, you don't need a glossy brochure. You just have something to fall back on, even like a little slide or something like that. That's like really important. If you're gonna have confidence, then upskill yourself so you don't feel uncomfortable. And here's a great question, by the way, that you can add in. What questions do I get asked during a sales conversation that make me feel slightly uncomfortable? So you have to think about that if you want to have confidence. And ultimately, if you can create a list of things that you're still not clear on or that you're not sure about, then write that down. And then all you got to do is move towards each point and go and find out the answer to give yourself the certainty that you need. So it's really important. It's an easy thing to do. It's an obvious thing to do. And yet most people that want confidence, they don't go there, and you should go there first. So the second part is, now you can rely on yourself. Like, you need to rely on something. Now, I teach something called the Elite Closing Formula. So it's for professionals in business who want to actually say, hey, look, I'm going to take selling as like, it's my occupation. I don't tell you exactly what you're meant to do in the moment. That's over to you. But what my framework does is it's almost like a recipe. It's like, think about when you bake a cake. The recipe's the same, and yet the cake can come out slightly different. It never comes out exactly the same. So have a framework that you can make your own, fall back on, follow, so that you're not having to think outside the box. I think there's 2 other things around confidence. Once you've got you can rely on yourself and rely on a framework, a process, if you like. There's a couple of other areas that I think you've got to nail. So the next bit is to answer the following question. What result do clients get at the end once they've purchased your product or service? So if you can hone in on the results that they get and see it from their prism, what result would they need to get for this to be the greatest investment they've ever made? If you can go there and stop thinking about yourself and go to what they really want from you, if you understand that, you can market that, pulsate that message out. And as long as you can create a product or a service that they can buy from you, that gets them that result at the end, you're in the game. A lot of things change. And you see, what you'll love about this is it will be less of you having to talk people into it, and much more of it it's their idea to buy. And that's how I teach sales. Like, it should be your client's idea to buy from you, not the other way around, because you're always going to be biased. You're always going to say, here's why I think you should buy it. And that's going to be in your best interest and not theirs. So they've got to be able to have a big enough vision of the result they're going to get. And it should either massively accelerate a result for them or solve problems. If you can create that, you'll stop trying to explain everything to everybody. You'll stop trying to get everybody to buy your product, and they'll start to tell you what led them to move towards you and your products and service in the first place. And it becomes their idea, and it's massively beneficial for your confidence. And then last but not least, you've got to put some practice in. So if you've enjoyed what I've just talked about here, then you got to go, okay, so what am I actually going to do with this information? And little things like write the list down of what makes you feel uncomfortable, get the answers, practice it, so that the next time you get asked, you don't feel uncomfortable and you feel confident instead of like you're winging it a little bit. So like, I'm not saying that you can just do all this, like just listen to one video, it's done. I'm not trying to say that. I'm giving you the awareness. And lastly, on confidence, you can't buy confidence, you have to create it, you have to do it, you have to do confidence. And that comes with coming out from behind your computer screen and actually doing what we're talking about and talking to people, being structured and confident and organised and focused. And that's how you operate with confidence.